Right, I am going to assemble a Juliana Qube or Hall's Qube greenhouse roof window. There's a few things to know about it. So I have the parts laid out here. I have two of part 71. It has the flange in the middle, it has the slots. Those are your side pieces. So I'm going to lay those out on the side. 72 is the flattest piece. It also has two holes here for the window opener. So I'm going to set that down at the bottom. 70 has the hinge that will slide into your roof beam, and that will be the top. So I'm going to set this here. Now I've laid out the parts so that the part of the window that's facing outside is up. Now the first thing you're going to do is assemble the three sides so that you can slide the glass in. So you will use the bolts that have the small greenhouse building on the head. They're the flattest. Even though they're fancy, that greenhouse is actually going to be facing in and you won't see it. The nut will be facing out. So I'm just going to loosely put the nut on the bolt and it slides in. Now when you do this, the piece 71 with the slots will be on the outside. Then will be part 72, and then the head of the bolt. Now, if you've tried this and you can't get them together, it's because the middle flange on 71, that space is too tight so that the head of that bolt will not wedge in there. So what you need to do is on 71, you'll need to take a needle nose pliers. You may want to protect the profile if you think it might scratch it. But you just need to slightly bend these up and make sure you're getting back here because that's where that bolt head has to fit. So you're going to bend those up just slightly, enough that when you put these together, those pieces will fit together at the corners, so you can see they're slid together right there. It meets that slot, the end of that slot. And if you look in from this side, you can see that the head of that bolt is wedged between part 72 and the middle flange on part 71. And that will help you fit your frame completely together. So once you have that done, once you have it wedged in there, you're going to tighten this nut. Keep that frame together. Make sure you get it at a square. And then you're going to go on to the next side. Now I know that we've had trouble with all these flanges at the corners, so I'm just going to already sort of nudge these up just a little bit on this piece. And this is 71 again. And I'm going to bend this one up slightly so I know I can get that bolt head in there. And I will do these as well, so we're ready and prepared. All right, so then we will insert the other bolts and loosely place the nuts on there. I'm also going to have this top part ready. The top part will be the last piece that you put in. And again, you're always putting the bolt heads down towards your surface because you will not see those bolt heads. All right, so then you do the same thing over here where it will go, and that one actually, I have to bend this one a little bit more because the bolt should sit as far as it can inside that slot so that the 72 meets that piece right there. Them so they stay together. All right, so now we have the three sides of the frame put together. Now you'll want to look at your instructions so you have it oriented in the same way with the two holes at the bottom here for the window opener. And you'll notice in the drawing it's 610 millimeters on the side, 599. So it's a very small difference in the size of glass. So you'll want to measure your glass. This side is 599. So this is actually the top of my glass. 610. So this is the side of my glass. Now I see the tempered logo is here, and if I'm standing over here, it's correct, but given the measurements, I actually have to turn it so my tempered logo is actually going to be at a different direction. It's going to be perpendicular to the way that I have it assembled. So to do this, you will then slide the glass into that bottom slot. Where your bolt heads are not. There shouldn't be anything in that slot at the bottom. So you'll slide that together. And then it will just hit the bottom. There isn't a slot on the bottom. It's only the small flange on that bottom profile that's holding that bottom of that glass, but that's how it is. But if you have these tightly together, it will hold the glass. And then you'll come up, and since you've already bent these up, you will hopefully be able to come in and place this. You will have to pull the sides apart just slightly to wedge those in. And this goes together in the same way the bottom piece did, where you'll have the nut, and then 71, 70, and then the bolt head, and then the middle flange. And I can, oh, and just barely you can see this piece is right at the edge of that slot. So I've got that one in. I'm going to tighten that up. Okay. And then I'm going to come over here, and hopefully this one, you might have to lift it by the nut to make sure that it gets in all the way. And again, it should be lined up. I'm going to tighten that nut in there. And there you go. You were all set. And actually what I just realized is I was working with the inside of the frame towards me. I apologize. That is actually the inside. So when you flip it over, you'll see that it actually has this lip. This is the outside of the greenhouse window. There's the lip, which will prevent the water from coming in, and then it goes in, and you'll know that this is the inside because it has the two holes where you will put the opener, the stick opener for the window. So when you have it on the greenhouse, it'll be sitting like this. Your hinge will be up. When you slide it into the greenhouse, it'll start at the ridge and it'll go in that way. Please note that you will have, there will be a slight gap right at the top here between the top piece and the glass. We recommend placing some silicone down in there to seal that gap and prevent water from running in there during rain. And with that, you should be done. If you have any questions, please call Exico. Thank you.